All right, so there was a lot of talk about the JFK files. They released all the files, and still no conclusive evidence as to what happened with JFK. My theory on JFK is this: synchronicity. In conjunction with JFK being the first TV president, he also managed to stack up enemies. He managed to stack up enemies in the opposing party and his own party. He managed to accrue failures with the Bay of Pigs, so he had enemies within the MIC, the military-industrial complex, civil society, civil unrest. He was a Catholic. There was religious unrest. There were questions about him as a person, baggage from the old man. It started piling up pretty quick. When you're talking about issues of synchronicity, you have to mention disparity. So he's up on TV and he's riling up people. He's riling up the American people, both public and private, in ways that were never understood prior to national broadcast. So there's a reason why JFK was using language that just mentioning things that otherwise haven't been mentioned by presidents till President Trump, as a matter of fact. So basically the synchronicity lined up in such a way that the Rolling Stones called it sympathy for the devil. After, they shouted out who killed the Kennedys. After all, it was you and me. It's one of those things in the world. It's a system set up in such a way to ensure balance in the world. Like, I have a feeling the first Christian missionaries, like the conquistadors, were going at the behest of the Christian missionaries because the Aztecs over here were fucking up. They were doing something wrong, and the Christian missionaries knew it. So it wasn't about the conquistadors, and they set up the sugar plantations and everything like that, but I have a feeling the missionaries themselves were the ones being called across the ocean. The conquistadors were here for the missionaries, not the missionaries tagging along with the conquistadors, which adds a whole different dimension to everything with South America and the history that we're told and taught, that it was all about the money, but it wasn't all about the money. With JFK, it's the first TV president. That's that's the dangers of technology, and it's a little bit better understood these days, but still repeating the same old shit, because all MSN, both sides almost got a political, major political leader killed last year with their rhetoric. You know what I mean? And maybe by design, maybe not. Maybe it was staged, as a small minority of people claim. But Bubby, 2 inches over, it would have been head on sticks time for a lot of soft ass people. A lot of soft ass people that you can, one can fucking point at. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it is. That is just the way it is. And so that's my thoughts on it. It was just it was a system that got out of control. Maybe part of the pyramid schemes, maybe part of the Federal Reserve, some kind of balancing act that was thrown out of whack with JFK. Can most people handle that kind of information or even wrap their heads around it? Probably not. Probably not. You tell your average Joe football watcher or reality TV diva, it's just going to go over their heads. Unless they're intimate with synchronicity, or law of attraction, that kind of thing. You're kind of falling outside the purview of the common commercialistic rube, as it were, and even some higher ups too. Everybody thinks they know more than they do, myself included. So it's important to make sure you keep your cup empty, and make, it's wise to know nothing, and it's wise to to be able to take in new information as it comes. Anyways, that's my wrap on JFK. I'll probably expound upon it at a later date, and maybe people will find more details where it was like maybe there was a crux and it was just pushed a certain way and this and that. But in general, the Rolling Stones called it, You and Me, and a lot of things like that. You know, a lot of things go like that, and takes very little, very little manipulation, like less than one might think, to make big impacts and big changes. Anyways, that's my time on that subject, and I will upload that to YouTube. And have yourself a good